There's a lot of excitement right now about Bitcoin. Every day when I look at the stocks app, I'm seeing different companies purchasing billions of dollars or millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin. And I'm here in my post-apocalyptic moving zone with my research poster behind me and about 10 million different pieces of crap everywhere. And I'm here to tell you on my fancy camera that no one cares about when I'm filming actually cinematic videos that I put effort into about why I think there's a problem with Bitcoin. And it's not really what you're expecting. A lot of you guys probably are thinking about the viability of Bitcoin. Or you're thinking about if it's going to go up and reach a certain number value. And you're thinking, what's the downside risk? Am I going to lose money? You probably clicked on this video actually because you're worried that you might lose some money because you own some Bitcoin. Or you just are frustrated and you think it's a bubble and you want other people to lose money. And this is hopeful for you. But what I'm actually about to tell you is a problem that you're going to experience if Bitcoin is successful. And if you make a lot of money, actually. And that problem is the same problem that Warren Buffett has right now. And it's actually one of the ways that the world is going to steal the most money from you in the long term. And it's called oversaving and under-enjoying your wealth. So essentially what this concept is you're saving up money. And it's especially dangerous with something like Bitcoin if you believe it's going to 10x or whatever, and maybe you're young right now. Maybe you're 20 or 18, and maybe you're going to put every single penny into Bitcoin and you're going to work extra jobs because you think Bitcoin is going to make 10x return or whatever. And then you're going to experience something that happened to me, except on a much longer scale. So let me tell you a story about when I was in high school. When I was in high school, I went to this sort of homecoming type of a dance as a freshman. And I didn't have a date at the time, but there was a little poker table type of a setup, it was blackjack, not poker. And whoever had the most chips won a certain prize. So it was tickets to this concert. And, I won the ticket to the concert. And what did I do? I sold the ticket. And that was a big mistake. Even though I got paid $300 for the tickets, because there was 2 tickets. Those tickets could have actually bought me a date. It could have bought me a really good experience because I actually was seeing this girl at that time. And I could have taken her. I could have maybe gotten some friends together and said, hey, look, what if we all kind of pitch in for each other? We take 4 of us to this concert and make some memories. And instead what happened? This $300 kind of blended into all of my other savings. And at the expense of what? At the expense of some pretty good memories. So, how does this tie into Warren Buffett and Bitcoin and whatever? Look how much cash Warren Buffett has right now. On his deathbed, pretty much, because he's a pretty old guy. And then now think about how many experiences that money represents. And think about the fact that he probably kept working and doing different things, even though he could have been really enjoying his money. And now he has all of that money at a point in time where it's worth significantly less to him. Not only is there the effect of inflation over time, your dollars are going to debase. This is something everyone talks about with Bitcoin and different cryptocurrencies and dollars and whatever. Yes, your money is going to lose value over time if you save in dollars. But even if you preserve 100% of your purchasing power, even if you actually 10x your purchasing power, what if you 1 million extra purchasing power, but you can't spend any of your money until you reach the age of 60, 70, 80? The later you wait to actualize your purchasing power, the less enjoyment you can really purchase, and the less time you have to enjoy the things you purchase. Imagine you get a house at the age of 75. You're not going to be raising kids in that house probably. You're not going to experience most of the value you would otherwise have gotten from owning that house. So look, I'm not telling you Bitcoin's going to zero. I'm not telling you to sell all of your Bitcoin. All I'm telling you is don't make the same mistake as Warren Buffett has made. Take the time to adequately save, but also adequately enjoy your youth. Take the time to go on some different traveling experiences, to do things that you really want to do right now. while you're still young and you're able to, assuming you're not in crippling amounts of debt, assuming you haven't made a lot of bad financial decisions already where you're now handcuffed to a job, assuming you're in a decent spot. Take the time to live your life a little bit. But also buy some Bitcoin. I do actually genuinely believe in it. I just think it creates a certain problem where everyone believes it's going to 10x, 100x, whatever, however optimistic you are in terms of dollars, not purchasing power. It makes it a little bit dangerous because now you might start sacrificing too many experiences. Because guess what? When you die, you lose all that money. Society basically just takes it out of your bank account. If you don't leave it to your kids or whatever, guess what? You just got that money stolen from you by the government, just like they're stealing all your taxes, like they're doing all this stuff. They're funding all of these ridiculous projects, all of these idiots who don't even know basic American history. I'm not talking about one political party here. I'm talking about most of these idiot politicians. You're letting them take control of your money. So keep that in mind. Have some experiences, buy some Bitcoin. That's all I gotta say.